Hey guys, in today's video, I'll take you through the Q3 FY26 results of Kalyan Jewellers Limited and what does the business do and what are they doing to expand and grow in future, right? So let's get into it. So as the name suggests, they are into jewelry business, right? So they sell gold, diamond, platinum, and silver jewelry. And obviously, their main business comes from gold. Okay, so let's look at their business model, right? So for Kalyan Jewellers, the business model is divided into two. One is their own retail jewelry stores, which is owned by the company and operated by the company, right? And the second model of running the store is called FOCO, which is franchise-owned company-owned model. So this model the company got into in the past few years, and it has been very beneficial to them. I'll explain you how, right? So as the name suggests, the franchisee invests in the stores and owns the store. And what does the company in here, Kalyan, does is they manage the operation, they manage the staffing, they ensure the supply chain is in place, and they do the branding. They take care of everything, right? So this becomes an asset-light business model for Kalyan, right? Because they do not have to do the heavy lifting and invest the main capital in buying the infrastructure for the store and owning the outlet. It is all done by the franchisee. So in this, what happens, right? The capital is free and they're able to open more and more stores. And that is the reason why, right? You would have seen that they've opened a huge number of stores in the past few years. And that's what they are planning to do. And what they are doing is also is right. If we look at the total number of stores, currently they own around 428 showrooms in India, out of which 318 belongs to the Kalyan brand and 110 belongs to the Candere brand, right? So out of this overall 428 stores in India, majority, more than 50% are franchise-owned company operated model, right? So which helps the company to free their capital and they're able to do much better and their margins have improved, right? So you might have heard about their Candere brand, right? So this was their e-commerce business where they used to sell lightweight jewelry to the Gen Z and to the young people, right? So recently, in the past few years, they have gone from e-commerce to opening the stores in India, also opening the stores also physically. So it's like an omni-channel business where they sell the jewelry online as well as in the store. So if you can take it, you can compare it to as Carrot Lane, right? So they have operations outside of India also. So they have currently 38 showrooms in the Middle East, two in US and one in UK, right? So let's get into their Q3 FY26 results, right? So their revenue was up by 42%, which is 10,343 crores from 7,278 crores last year. Their profit was up by 103% to 416 crores from 219 crores, and the earning per share increased by 90% to 4.03 rupees from 2.12 rupees. So these were the main numbers, right? And if you look at the margin, right, the PAT margin has almost increased by 30% from 3% to 4% compared to the last year. And what the company is trying to do, right? The company is trying to free up the capital as much as possible. So what they're trying to do, they're trying to use almost close to 40 to 50% of the profit which they are generating in paying off the debt and investing in new strategic initiatives and obviously paying dividends to the current shareholders, right? So what is their same sales growth, right? So on an average, their same sales growth is around 24%. And if we divide it between the north and south, south has 25% and the non-south business has 29% of the sales growth. And one of the other important thing we need to understand is their stud business, right? So in the studded jewelry business, their revenue grew by almost 50% to 2,823 crores. This is quite important because compared to the gold jewelry in studded, they have much higher margins, right? And the price does not fluctuate or impacts much as compared to the gold business. So that's what is very important. And they're concentrating to increase the ratio, which will help benefit the obviously the revenue as well as the bottom line. So what are their growth plans, right? So let's look into it. So the company is targeting a same store sales growth of around mid to high single digits at this point of time. And whatever new stores that they're trying to open, they're trying to open mainly through the FOCO model, which is franchise and company owned model, right? And the other thing that they're doing is they have realized that the Gen Z prefer lightweight jewelries and everything. So they're expanding aggressively for the Candere showrooms, right? So they're opening, like for example, as I told you earlier, they were online and they started the Candere showroom only a year or two back, and they already have 110 showrooms and they have planned to open even more, right? And the other thing, what they're trying to do is, right, they're looking at the current store which they have as FOCO model, which is company owned and company operated. They're trying to see which of these stores can be converted into the FOCO model. And this what happens, right? This frees up the capital for the business and helps to use that money to grow further. And the other thing that they're trying to do is they're trying to introduce new regional brands, especially for the local areas where they are serving, right? So this is another initiative that they're doing. So if they're into Kerala, Tamil Nadu, or Karnataka, they want to design the products as per the culture, as per the tradition over there, so that they can capture even the smaller areas of those states, right? So that's what they're trying to do. So let's see how do they perform and how well they do. So as of now, the results looks good. They are even at such a high base, they are growing at north of 30 to 35%. And let's see the growth continues or not. And people are worried about the rising gold prices and whether the rising gold prices will affect the sales growth or not, right? So let me put it in this way, right? If the company was not opening the new showrooms and they just had what they had right now, I might the rising sales, rising price of gold might have affected the overall growth in the future. But over here, even if the price of gold increases, right, they're still opening a huge number of stores, which will lead to volume growth, right? Because no matter what happens in India, people love gold and people will buy gold no matter what, right? So, because they're growing their number of stores, I personally don't think that the overall sales would be affected. I hope you like this video. If you liked it, please do subscribe to my channel to get such more updates in future. Thank you and God bless you.